Progress.
Aloha, Rich Alverson here. This is ITS227. It's the first video of first class period of spring 2026. And so let's get started. Now, let me share my screen. Share. I'm going to do screen one. So two. Let me open up Lamaku. So you should log into Lamaku. And you should find the course 227, and this is two CRNs combined. So it's going to look like this. And I haven't put anything up yet, except for click on content, and under content you'll see the course overview. And I'm quite sure I emailed this to everybody. And also, so after this video is made, I'm going to populate this site with some more things. I'm going to put the syllabus down here, and I'm going to put a link to the textbook and a link to the video playlist, and a link to a spreadsheet with videos from previous times I taught this class. Okay, so let's start by going through this course overview or the syllabus. Click on, let's see, we go to what they tell me is the student version looks like. Looks like this. So click on content over here. And so this is the syllabus. I'll make this a link after I create the playlist. This is the textbook. And I'm going to go over the textbook in just a moment. There are three different types of this. Okay, so you have to buy the textbook, and we do all of our work in the textbook, and it's only $89. And you can print a PDF of the textbook, and they in fact encourage you to do that. But all your work has to be in the textbook because everything's auto graded. There are participation activities, and those are scored. There are challenge activities, and those are graded and scored and graded. And there are lab activities, and those are actually programs that you're going to run and execute. And those are auto graded. And every week or so, I download the scores from my textbook has all of your scores in there. It actually has all of your work in there. So if you ever have any problems with anything, you can just ask me, and I can drill down and go over exactly what code you're talking to. It's not easy just to conveniently browse through your code. You ask me to look at something, I can find it. And so that's one way that we're going to have interaction, regular substantive interaction, if we need to, in this online asynchronous class. So these due dates. Okay, so since everything is auto graded, these due dates here are recommended due dates, but it's okay to hand stuff in late. In fact, you don't have to ask me if you can hand it in late. Just submit it when you submit it, and I'll be doing grade updates every week. And whenever you submit it, the next time I do the grade update, I go all the way back to the beginning, so it'll show there as having you did it, it'll show there as you're having done it, and nobody will be the wiser. They handed it in late. Everything's got to be in by the weekend after the last day of finals. So it's going to be like Sunday or Saturday, May 16th. Okay, probably Sunday, May 7th. So that's when you have to have everything in, except for, oops, I forgot. This class, there are assignments that have to be graded by hand. Okay, they're server assignments. So I forgot about those. If you click on assignments, okay. I guess I haven't copied them over from from last time, but what the assignments are, let's go back to, is starting with here. Okay, so it's way at the end. I provide you with a server, with your own server, with your own URL. So I can, so anybody in the world can look at it, you can password it if you want to. And there's gonna be like these 3 assignments, and they're gonna, well, I guess there's just 3. The last one, oh yeah, the last one is good grace. So the first 2 are PHP assignments, and they have to do with, they're gonna connect up with something you did back here. You're gonna make a to-do list back here somewhere, or you're gonna make a to-do list, and then this assignment is gonna connect up that to-do list so the to-do list is stored in a file on the server. And I step you through all of it. I provide a video. So, you just follow the video and you'll be learning things. That's the way you do these assignments, follow the video. And then the last one now here, this is the last week your server is gonna have WordPress on it. So you'll be able to install WordPress and then go out and find a theme and make a WordPress website. Okay. And that's what I'd like you to do the last week. And I'd like you to be as creative as you want to be. You can go in and download all kinds. There's thousands of plugins and all that. And we'll talk more about that as we go. But the idea here is that you learn how to do WordPress. You learn all about WordPress. So if in the future, you get at your work or something, if your work is on WordPress or anything, you would be able to maintain it. Probably. All right, so let's go, and this is the breakdown of the grades of the activities of the assessments. Okay, this last assessment here, just two percentage points on discussion forums. One of the things about online asynchronous classes is that you guys don't really get a chance to meet each other. So I'm going to provide a means for that, and it's a discussion forum. And so you can just just ask the class some questions. Hey, is anybody having trouble with, this challenge activity, or I'm stuck on this lab? You'll see what the assessments are, and it'd be good to have some conversation with your colleagues. And so basically, you just have to participate in the discussion forums in some way, just a little bit, and then you'll get the points, and then that'll be it. And I'm quite sure that just reading reading other people's posts counts as participating. I think I actually have access to that. So just get in there, see what your classmates are join in on the discussion. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and go ahead and ask each other for hints. In fact, I don't even mind if you post up snippets of code, or post up serious hints. That's fine. Just don't get carried away. All right, let's take a look at the textbook. And I guess, is there a URL? I don't even have a URL textbook. So that will be here. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to content, and I'm going to go to add a module. And I'm going to say textbook, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to iBooks. Log into my and you'll do this the first time. This is the textbook. So I'm going to use snippet. There's an error here. You notice it says winter. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to fix it. Anyway, so I guess I'm gonna copy this here. And I'm gonna add a description. I'm gonna first paste this thing. Then I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna grab the URL, put that down here. Also gonna make this a link. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because should have done it earlier. All right. Let's go back to student mode. Okay, so now when you go to the website, there should be this textbook link there. See, right in front. There should be a syllabus one there too, but I'll put that on there later. But anyway, so you can go over here, you click on textbook, here's the textbook, just click on it, and we're at the textbook. And the first time you log into the textbook, just like this, you're probably going to create an account if you don't have it already. It'll give you access to the first chapter, but not any of the other ones. And on the right here, it'll say, it'll cost $89. You can pay with your credit card. And also note that don't do any work, or you can, but you'll just have to do the work over again. After you buy the textbook, you'll be a fresh copy, and you'll have to, any work that you've done in chapter 1, you'll have to redo that. So after you've logged into your textbook, you can click on reporting, and you should see this is your progress. And there are participation activities and challenge activities and labs, and we'll see what those are. Right here, what I see in my version of the textbook is for the whole class. And so I noticed that lots of you have started doing stuff already, because I can see that the participation activities, there's percentages there. In fact, some of you are into chapter 2 already. Good for you. I use zyBooks in most of my classes, and because of the way they are, and I set it up so you work at your own pace. Every year, like maybe 1 or 2 students out of the 100 or so I would have, that there'll be a student that just really gets into it and is the kind of person that works best long periods of doing the same thing, because that has its advantages, and they end up finishing the course in like 4 weeks or 5 weeks or so. I had one student taking when he took ITS227, he finished the whole book in the first week. And so I tried to get him. I said, you should take 148. I can turn in a grade now. You can take 148. And no, he didn't want to do that. He wanted to concentrate on his other courses. Thinking. But anyway, so feel free to work at your own pace. And that also means that you can put stuff off, but you just have to make sure everything's done by the end of finals. Okay, so let's take a look at what these activities look like. Let's start with the beginning. Okay, so it talks about the web history. This is all internet. We're going to be creating applications on the browser, and at first we're going to learn about how to make the interface. We're going to learn, style sheets and HTML for sure, and how to manipulate the screen, how to manipulate objects on the screen. And then we're going to learn, and that includes JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language. It's a full-blown programming language. You can even use JavaScript on the server using Node.js. And I think we actually get into that a little bit at the end. And then we're going to learn. Then we're going to learn JavaScript. We're going to learn how to use the language real well. And then we're gonna learn how to make little calls, little accesses to the server, little calls to the server for data. Okay, and we learned that in Ajax. Ajax, we do that, and also jQuery, we do that. Okay, now in both of these, there's this to-do list that we're going to create in JavaScript. Okay, but it's purely JavaScript. So when you add stuff to the to-do list, it gets stored in the storage on your browser. But our server assignment, the second server assignment, we're actually going to combine this to-do list with Ajax, and we're going to send items on the to-do list to the server, and the server is going to deposit it into a file on the server, and also JavaScript will retrieve the list from the server and post it back up in your browser, and so there you'll learn the actual interface between the JavaScript and the browser. And so there has to be a program on the server that accesses the files, and we're going to learn PHP to do. That's this. All right, so let's go back to this. We start out with some web history, and we learn about the internet, and we also learn. This is just history. Oh, okay. So these are participation activities. That's what I'm showing. You should watch the video. These are participation activities. Okay, so basically all you do is you read it. You read this stuff, and then you click through these things, and you pay attention, and you learn stuff. This is what FTP. We're learning about. Internet applications. This is HTML files, and then the last thing is we learn about links. Okay, those are the three nice unique things. And by clicking through this exercise, I get a check mark here, and that equals points. And so you are graded on points. Okay. 28% of your grade is clicking through those participation activities. Okay, they're easy. You just click through them. If you get if you click through and you get the wrong answer, you just click again. You get the wrong answer. Finally, if it's a fill in the blank, click this other thing twice, and it tells you what the answer is. You copy that into the answer box. And so it's a real low pressure. Low stress way of learning because you're going to get all the points. You just have to read it, do what it says. And then 25% of your grade is going to be these challenge activities, which you'll see in these little programs and server assignments. Okay, so clicking through these participation activities, you want to do it even if you don't. I mean, even if you know it already. Okay. Well, you only have to get 90% to get an A, so you could probably not click through something. You get all the other ones. All right, so here's an example of a participation activity. It's dragging this into where it is. In the period when the web was first developed, the early 1990s, a language used for text file describes a web page. Language used for a text file. Maybe this one. Yeah. Web document that is viewed in a web browser. Okay, so I'm going to put the wrong answer. Okay, see what happens. Oops, that's the wrong answer. Oh, I can put it back if I want to and grab the right one, or I can put the wrong answer where it should be, which is web server. Must be this one. Yeah. And a website is a collection of web pages, and a protocol would be an HTTP. And a program for viewing web pages is the browser. Okay, got them all correct. We got all the points. Very good. Here's this kind of participation activity. Again, here, if it's, if it's the Saturday after the last day of finals and you just want to go through and you want to make sure you get all the points, you go to the participation activities you haven't done, and you just start clicking. That's good. Okay, good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. I got them all wrong. I got them all right just by clicking. Well, of course, you shouldn't do that. You should be paying attention. But I was hoping I'd get some wrong, and that way I'd be just corrected. This is when did the number of websites reach 1 billion? Okay, nice history. Okay, here's another one of these things. Let's see, I want to do a challenge. Do something different. All right, let's go here. Challenge. Okay, this explains about IP addresses, domain names, URLs. It's pretty important to know about this stuff. Let's see, where's a challenge? Here's a challenge. All right. IP address, okay, start. Which IPv4 addresses are valid? Let's see. That's not valid. It's okay, so it's got to be a number between 0 and 255. And there's got to be 4 of those numbers between 0 and 255, separated with periods. So there's going to be 3 periods, 4 numbers, and those numbers are going to each be between 0 and 255. Those are IP addresses. So that, not that one, not that one, and this one looks like it works, and this one does too. Okay, let's see if that's right. Okay. Okay, let's do the next one. See, I got one check mark. And after I get all 4 of them, I'll get a check mark. Select the domain name levels for the following URL. Okay, so this is levels. This is top level, second, third. Okay, so top level domain is edu. Second level must be Stanford. Third level must be biology, and 4th level must be www. Okay, is that right? Oh, good. Okay. I'm gonna do a wrong answer so you can see this. Given the following URL, what is the URL's scheme? Well, I think it's this one, but it could be that one. Host name is nature.com. Okay, I'm gonna gee, I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm gonna do that one. Path is this is the now I don't know if it's a slash or not. Geez, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not sure. Oh, wow, I got both those wrong. Okay, the first one's right. The second one is host name. Yeah, okay, that's right. I thought it'd be the right. And the third one, it includes getting slash. Okay. The URL scheme has characters at the beginning of the URL followed by a colon and double slashes. So HTTPS, so it doesn't include the colon. The URL's host name is the complete domain name, which is the characters after the scheme and before the path. The URL's path has all characters to the right of the host name. Is all the characters to the right of the host name? Well, yes. These are all the characters to the right of the host name, and that does include the slash. Okay, so now let's see what happens when I click next. It's back to the same one. It's back to this, it's still 3 again. And look, it's a different URL. So this time, I'm going to say it's HTTPS. I'm going to say the host name is the whole thing. And the path is everything to the right. The host name. Okay. All right, what's the last one? all URLs below should access a website with a .com top level domain. Which URLs are valid? The .com top level domain. Well, this one's the top. This one's got a .com. This one is right. It's a long one. Which ones are valid? It's gotta be something else. Okay, there's no colon. Oh, there's no colon. HTTP, that's okay. Slash. That's okay. It's okay. That's it's okay. It'll be. Oh, this only has one slash. It needs to have two slashes. Okay, this one HTTPS //HTTP// HTTPS. There's no colon, and there's only. So is this correct? Oh, good. Okay. So, so I got all the points for that challenge. All right, that's good. Let's go to 3 o'clock. Let's try a lab. Okay, yeah, you should watch this. Watch the tutorial. Okay, so it's a training lab, but it's 10 points. So in this textbook, you can type in it tells you where everything is, tells you how to find everything, add an image, find the image, start the web server. Okay, so in the web view tab, we have to go to page. Okay, so let's go down here. Am I going through a demo here? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna start by running. Okay, so if you click on this thing here, then this thing opens up, and these are the files that have to do with this. You know, these are the files that we're using for this particular exercise. I'm gonna run this just to see what it looks like. And down here, it looks like we're gonna see the. Okay, great. This is the URL. Let me copy it. Let's see if I can actually use it now. Yes. Okay. So and there's a picture here. Nice picture. And what are we supposed to do something like? Make it. Oh, it's a whole big long thing. Okay, yeah, look times. Mega point. Okay, modify the HTML. Add a paragraph under the to-do comment in the index.html. So they want me to add this. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Put on here. Go back to the index after the to-do. Oh, right here. So right there, I'm supposed to enter Control V in there. I'm gonna put that there. Let's see what this looks like. There, look at that. Writing HTML is fun. Okay, and then what do I do? Oh, there. Refresh. Oh, I can just make refresh. Let's refresh. Okay, good. Let's add an image under there. Okay, so here's how you do it. Good. I'm just gonna copy that. Okay, so by the way, um, this is a paragraph tag. This is HTML talking. This is this says there's a paragraph is going to start, and this says this is the end of the paragraph. See, it's got the slash there. And this is an image. And it's all contained in one whole big single HTML statement, HTML tag. So there doesn't have to be an ending tag. Whereas with this one, there is an ending tag because we're going to start and then we're going to say everything in between the beginning tag and the ending tag is the paragraph. Okay, so anyway, so this is the image tag, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put that down here. Go B. Now if we refresh this here, that was anyway. So that's how that image is there. All right, what's next? View the updated web page. Yeah, stretch the embedded browser wider and taller to display the entire image. Click the full screen. You can also see increase the browser size. Change the image file name in HTML from Zybooks. The lowercase b. Note the broken image in the browser. Web server treats files in a case-sensitive manner. Here's half the stuff we're going to do is case sensitive. The other half is not case sensitive. And it just is. I'll never expect you to keep it straight. All right. So and then change it back. All right. So I guess okay. So watch this. I'm going to make it lowercase. Look, now it's broken. And by the way, this alt tag, that's what shows up there. See, so putting in the alt in an image is pretty important, especially for people that can't see very well. Their tools, their browsing tools, really pay attention to those alt tags, and so you might want to say Zybooks logo image or something. That might be a better alt. Okay, but I don't want to do that because I probably won't get it. So I'm going to leave it there. All right, so let's change this back. And now there it is again. And see, so you don't see the alt text, but certain browsers that help people they can't see very well look at that. All right, so I'm going to submit for grading and see what happens. I want to see if it was clever enough to notice that I changed that. Okay, so this is what you do: submit for grading, and it's going to say that yep, only got five points, and that's because my alt attribute is wrong. It expected was a logo. Was I supposed to add the logo? Oh, okay. I didn't do 4, but what I did do is I put Zybooks logo image, and so that was wrong. So that's why I didn't get the points. I guess I was supposed to put Zybooks logo, and that's the correct answer. Now I can submit again. Okay, so there's other instructors that use Zybooks, and I like to encourage incremental development. Okay, so if you're writing a program, you add a little bit of code, and you execute it to see if what you added it is what you think it should have been. Results are what you think they should have been, and then you add a little bit more code, and you check it. You add a little bit more code, check it. That way, if ever something isn't working, it's just the last code that you added. Okay, and so that's incremental development or step one. Back when I was learning programming, we call that stepwise refinement. And so to me, it doesn't make sense to limit the number of times you can submit. But there's some instructors like to test some other things, and so they may put we are able to limit the number of submissions but I don't limit that. So just to let you. All right, so I got all the points. Very good. And so you want to keep submitting until you get all the points for all. All right, so let's go to 30. Let's take a look at HTML. Oh, tell you what, let's go through these. Should probably go through these. This the first chapter of these looks is good because it gives you an overview of everything that you're going to learn. You know, it's real nice tight summary of everything that you're going to be learning throughout the book. And basically, it expands. It's going to expand on HTML. It's going to expand on CSS. It's going to expand on JavaScript. So this is what more dense HTML looks like. All HTML documents should start with a tag that looks like this, and a tag that looks like that, and it should end with a tag that looks like that. And HTML is forgiving, is very forgiving. So if you leave out tags, if it knows what you mean and it's not ambiguous, then it'll do it. And so lots of times you don't really know that your HTML has errors in it because you write it and it works. And then 2 years later, it doesn't work anymore. And what happened? I didn't do anything. Well, you did something that wasn't proper HTML, and browsers were just forgiving back then, but some new functions came along or some new security protocols came along, which means that you can't be lazy anymore. You got to do it right, and then that's why it appears to break at that time. So when I say that it should have this, it should have this, I'm pretty sure you can leave this out and you can leave this out, and it's still going to work. And then HTML documents have a head section, which is a bunch of meta information. Oh, the title is up there. And then there's a body section. That's kind of what you see. And then so here look, we have we know about these tags already. We know about the image tag, and you notice that the source for this image is an actual full-blown URL. What does that mean? That means you can have a web page and have an image on there that is actually taken directly from some other website. So this thing, if we were to post this, let's see. $10. I should. I know. Demonstration. Let's open up Notepad. Okay. We don't need a web server to view web pages, to view HTML. We don't need a web server. We can just use we just need the browser. Okay. So I'm gonna bring up Notepad. Well, I just see. And here's Notepad. And I'm gonna take this code right here. I'm gonna take this code, copy. I'm going to paste it into this Notepad. Paste. Okay, there's the HTML, and this thing, the address of this image, it's giving you a full-blown URL. So this should work. This should look exactly like this. Okay, so let's see if it does. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save this on the desktop here, with the desktop, and I'm going to call it figure 1.0. 5.1 .html. Okay, there it is. Figure 1.1 5.1 .html. Now I'm going to take this browser here, and I'm going to desktop. Oh, here it is, right here. Oh, look, it's a Firefox um, icon. I'm just going to double click on this. Double click. Boom, there we are. Lo and behold, this is the Firefox, and see what the URL is up there? File :// C users / open / okay. So this is the path on this particular computer that I'm on, and the picture. This looks fine. It looks like it's right on my computer. It looks like it's on my computer, but really it's not because of the URL goes out on the internet and gets it out there. Let's see, I'm gonna this was here. Go back to I just finished this one, didn't I? Just finished this one. And the app. I'm gonna copy the path. Copy the path. Is that copy? Okay, this is what I want. This is the path to that. Finish this. This is the that, and now oh, yeah, no wonder I was clicking on it. Okay, I want to copy this, and I want to go over here. Now I'm going to paste it there. That's the URL there. And so this is that. And I'm going to view the source. You can do this with any HTML document. View the source. And here's the source. So this. I don't know what that is. So, but what I want to do is go back here. Here's a front and the reason. Oh, zybooks.png. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to do zybooks.png. See what I get. Okay, so there's the image. See, I was able to see. My understanding of this and your understanding of this is if that's the URL and it's referring to an image with no path to it, then that means it's going to be at the same level. So this is that. See, so this is the actual image. You can go out on the internet at this exact URL and see exactly the same thing. I'm going to copy this. Now I'm going to go back to here. And instead of this thing, instead of the picture of that Ducati, I'm going to paste the URL of our little exercise there and save this. And you should see the image change to that Zybooks thing. Oh, look, there it is. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense to you. That's why when the internet first came along in the 1990s, I remember I just finished my PhD, and I had done a dissertation on functions that could be easily software functions and low-level operating system functions that could be easily implemented in software or in hardware, and it was a great dissertation, and I wouldn't have been able to find a job here in Hawaii if I had to go to a company like Intel or someplace But then the internet came along in 1995, and just like a whole bunch of other people that had, fine futures doing something else, fell in love with the internet, and that's when I started my internet company, and that's why I ended up staying in Hawaii. Um, anyway, so 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 this is all very interesting things. And back then, it was so easy to learn about websites because any website you could view the source, and you could see. They have a bunch of restrictions on that kind of stuff. Back in the old days, you could just view anybody's source, and you could see how they did it, and you could learn that way. You just learn how to do HTML just by looking at the source code of any web page you're going to, and it was a real easy. That's a lot of people started businesses. So anyway, so that was chapter. That's HTML, and then CSS is the style sheets. It's underneath. It's okay. So this is here, for example, up in the head of the document, we can define styles. They're styles. And what this definition does is this says if it's an H1 tag, color the text green and make the background color this, like gray. And for paragraph, this is an H1 tag. This is the Ducati Street Fighter thing. That's the H1 tag. That makes it look like this here. And then the paragraphs, just like this, make the font Arial and make the left margin 10 pixels. So that's why it's dented. It's Arial and it's dented a little bit. And if for strong, this is the same as kind of the same as bold, but it's more general. It's strong, but strong is defaulted to bold, but you can make other things. Here you're going to make the background color. You're adding the background color of light green, and you're putting some padding 5 pixels there. So these are strongs, strong, and but it's the background color and so on. It's indented padding. So the padding is the distance between how much there's padding here, say between the edge of where the green starts and then the D. If you didn't have padding, then it would just go right up to the edge and it wouldn't break. So I can copy this. And I can go over to here, and I'm going to make a technical copy. And I'm going to put that up in what I just did, copied in the head section. And now when I save this, I go back to here, and I refresh it. Now it looks like that, and you see there's the spaces there. So if I were to take out the padding, I want to show you this. Let's make the padding 15. Save that. And now when we look at it, refresh this. Oh, look, see that now it's got a lot of padding. 15 pixels instead of 5 pixels. And but you want to have padding. I think to comment this, I think I put a hashtag. I think that's how you turn this into a comment. So in other words, it's there for you to see, but it's not. It's just a comment. Let me save this and see if that gets rid of it. Okay, see, so now there's no padding, and you see it goes right up to the edge there. It looks kind of unprofessional. So maybe some yes. All right, so that's style sheets. So that's just an introduction to style sheets. There's all kinds of style sheets, all kinds of ways of doing stuff. Here are some common content cascading style sheets. That's what this stands for. And the reason it's cascading is because you can define styles like this. You can actually define the styles inside the tag itself, and then it will apply to that particular tag. And you can have files that have styles, and then there's a there's a hierarchy where and that's where the cascading comes in, where any style definition that's built right into the tag, that's the highest priority. Then otherwise it's the style tag up head. Otherwise it's a file that is quality. We'll see how all of that looks. So these are some common cascading style sheet properties, defining these things: background color, family size, padding, so on. All right, so this is introduction to content style sheets. Cascading style sheets. Style sheet language used to describe the presentation, formatting, and visual appearance of a document written in a markup language, mostly HTML. All right, so here's a challenge activity. Let's do a challenge activity. Start. Change H2. H2 is it's the second level header. Change it so the font size is 6 point. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to put something in here. Let's see. I'm just H2, and I think it's these little curly deals. And I'm going to do, I don't know, is it font? It's font size 12. Font size of 6 point. See. Yeah, so. Okay, so notice that, you don't have to format it looking like this. You don't have to do that. You can scrunch it all up on one line. It's just that it's the curly braces that sort of enclose the style sheet information, the properties. It's the curly braces that enclose the properties, and you can have as many in there as you want. You just have to separate them from the setting. See, there's two here, separated by the setting, and you can put them all in one line. So, I don't know, if you're kind of a minimalist, maybe that's more appealing to you. So that was this. I got that one. I got one check. Let's see the next one. Change H2's color to that. Okay, I'm gonna, the hint is it's just calling it color, and this time it's calling it background color. So let's see, H2 color, and I think I can go, okay, so that's font color. That's the one thing. It's not font dash color, it's just color. That's kind of an interesting thing here, CSS. And I think I can just define it using this thing. I think that works. And with this is the red, green, blue intensities, 0 to 255. So this means 0 red, maximum green, 0 blue, red, green, blue. This is 150 out of 255 red, no green, and 150 out of 258. Somehow that works. Okay, so I'm gonna do the color is that. And I think I should, I don't think I need this semicolon. I'm gonna put, let's see what it's like though. So I don't think I don't think you have to put a semicolon at the end. I think a semicolon is a separator, not a terminator. In some languages, it's a separator, in some it's a terminator. In some languages, it's a separator. Okay, now I'm gonna strong background color. Is red, green, blue, 150, 0, 150. Now this is lazy because I don't have semicolons. I put it all in a line. Let's see if it works. Oh, yes, it does. You know. So you don't need semicolons there. All right, the third, let's do that. Change the spacing between P and P's border to 40 pixels. And the spacing above or outside. Like this. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna try this. Pixels. Yeah, no. Okay. In HTML, how do I padding property and use the margin top? Oh, it's telling me right here. All right, I guess I don't need this. Okay, so I'm gonna okay, I don't think I need the is that one? Did I say it? Yeah, that was the actual question. So I'm gonna I don't think I need the last one. Because I don't need this. Does it say I'm supposed to have my comments? Does it say I need to make it darker? No, it doesn't. So I'm just gonna. Oh, well, this is already there. So I didn't need to put this here. That's good. So I think all I need to do is put that padding and margin top. It's okay to have some comments in there. So, oh yeah. All right. So I just put padding as 40 pixels and margin top is 25. Seems right. It is. Well, all right. So, as I've just demonstrated, I don't really mind too much if you use AI to solve these problems. It's about posing the question. You know, it's asking the right question. And there's going to be some problems in here where you may want to start with some AI and then just fix it. AI, lots of times, the final finishing touches, AI is not that good at. what AI is good at is starting you out. Starting you out with something that might work a little bit, but it looks like you could get it to work, but then you work at it a little bit, you get it. So learn how to use it as a tool. All right, so that's I've gone through some examples of some code here. Let me quickly. I got 3 minutes. Let me quickly show you what the assignments are going to look like after I post them up. I meant to copy them over, so I'm going to go to last semester just to show you what they look like. I guess I forgot to post copy them over, but if I look at the last semester, this one, and I look at assignments, we see that the first is a web server assignment that has you, it's too bad that you can't. So this is the web server assignment, first one, and basically I give you a web server, and this tells you how to log in, and there's videos, and then I give you some code just to put up there, some PHP code, hello world PHP code, and tell you how to access it, how to execute it. It looks like that, and it shows some pictures here. It's cPanel looks like, and then you don't need to actually do anything because I'll go and check to see that's there. And then the second assignment is to take the JavaScript program that you did in lab 10.10. I believe it's the first one. I think this is the right number, 10.9. But anyway, it's the file and it's the first one, the first to do this program, and this tells you how to go through, and I give you, like almost all the PHP code, and you fill it in, and I'm sure there's a video someplace. There's a video here, and then this here you add some Ajax to your JavaScript from 10.10, and then that accesses the PHP code that you set up on a server, and then the last assignment is simply it's simply the word for create a WordPress site. And I'm going to jazz this one up a little bit. This might have been my first time offering this as an assignment. So I'm going to give you a bunch of hints and parameters, but basically I want to give you enough time so you can just go there and check out all the stuff that's in there and come up with some idea of something. You can create your own scenario, your own everything, and make it look nice, and we can take a look at that. Maybe we'll have a contest or something if you want to join in. It'll be optional, of course, but so that's going to be the third assignment, and so that's where we are, and so I'm gonna end our class today. I'm gonna post this up, and it'll be available on Lamaku, and I'll be in touch with you to tell you when there's going to be another class session. But my plan is to record the videos at this time every week, around this time every week, and if enough people want to actually watch live, then they can. I can post the URL. I can open it up. Otherwise, that's when you can expect the videos. The best way to get a hold of me, of course, is on the syllabus. It has my cell phone number. The best way to get a hold of me is to text me. And first time you text me, tell me who you are, and then I'll put you in it. I'll reply. Right. Hey, any questions? Okay, very good. Thanks for watching.